This past legislative session, the Arizona legislature changed the length of orders of protection. Previously, orders lasted for 1 year, but this year, House Bill 2604 passed the legislature and was signed by the governor. So now, emergency orders of protection last for up to 7 days, and standard orders of protection that are issued and not challenged last for 2 years. With that said, check out this video explaining the impacts of orders of protection on police officers. What happens if a police officer has an order of protection served against him or her? My name is Steve Serbalik, and I'm a panel attorney with ASCOPS in Arizona. Police officers are humans, just like the rest of us, and sometimes they experience relationship issues outside of work. When these relationship issues get so bad that their romantic partner seeks and receives an order of protection against the officer, it can have a significant impact on the officer's ability to do his or her job. Today, I'll talk about what an officer should do if they receive an order of protection, the impact of whether the firearms box is checked on the order, and what happens if an officer unsuccessfully challenges an order of protection. Know that this is a basic summary. Orders of protection and domestic violence allegations can be complicated, and this is not legal advice. So if you have additional questions, ask for help. In Arizona, a romantic partner can have an order of protection issued against an officer by going to any court in the state, filling out a petition, and then answering a judge's questions about the petition in open court. Orders of protection, if granted, can do many things, including prohibiting contact between the officer and the requester, preventing the officer from contacting others, prohibiting the officer from being at certain addresses, and, critically, can prohibit the officer from possessing firearms. If you're served with an order, the first thing to do is comply. Stay away from the protected person. Do not have any contact, and stay away from any protected addresses. If you're ordered to surrender any firearms, notify your chain of command and turn in your weapons as ordered. Now that we reviewed some of the basics as to what an order of protection can do, let's talk about the specifics as it relates to the firearms box. Whether or not the firearms box is checked, the person served with an order of protection is entitled to a timely hearing on the order to see if it will be modified. If the firearms box is checked, the officer must request a hearing, as there is no state law exception to allow a police officer to carry a gun on duty if an order of protection is in place. If the box is not checked, that means that the officer is not a prohibited possessor under either state or federal law. But, and this is a big factor, if the order remains in place after a hearing on the merits, the officer requesting the hearing may become a federal prohibited possessor after the hearing. So let's talk about what it means if you're a federal but not a state prohibited possessor because you challenged an order of protection and lost at your hearing. Generally speaking, if the state prohibited possessor box is not checked, you can still carry a gun at work, but you will not be allowed to take the gun home with you from your station. You would need to have it secured by your department. Additionally, in most circumstances, as long as you continue to comply with your department policies and you only carry your gun at work, you will not face any as-post certification issues based solely on the fact that you challenged your order of protection and lost. So here's the recap. We covered the basics of what you should do if you're served with an order of protection. We also covered the impact of the firearms prohibition. Next, we talked about the impact that being a federal prohibited possessor can have. Finally, remember that this is only a basic introduction into the impact that orders of protection can have on police officers. So if you're served with an order, call a lawyer. And if you have questions, reach out. Lawyers like me and organizations like ASCOPS are here to help. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to help my channel grow. Please share this video with anyone else that you know that you think might find it helpful, and be on the lookout for future videos. They come out every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. I'm Steve Serbalik. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.